Hey everybody, my name is Miss Christine, 55555. I am a new reseller to eBay and Poshmark, and today we are going to clean purses. I always clean all my purses, no matter if they're dirty or not dirty. I usually will sanitize them. I will, if they're leather, condition them. And if they are not leather or if they are vegan leather, I will use this. It is leather CPR. It's good for genuine leather, but it's also good for vegan leather as well. So those are my arsenals that I have today to clean purses. I have my handy dandy dish towel, and I've got my clean water over here. You hear it? I also have my Dawn Power. You guys know I use this. It cleans out almost anything. Almost anything. Not everything, but almost everything. Also, I've got if you want me to get you on the naughty list, that's where I am, on the naughty list all the time. I can help you. As my shirt says, I can get you on the naughty list. All right? Sometimes it's okay to be naughty. All right, so, and also, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I will leave in the comments my eBay and my Poshmark links so that you can check out both my stores. And also, if you see a purse here that you would like before I put it on the store websites, then please email me at at gmail.com, and I will put that in the description also below, and you can email me, let me know, and I won't even put it on to the websites. I will and it would be cheaper for you to do it that way, because when I put them on the websites I have to charge a little more because they charge me to use that platform. And after all, I am a reseller, so I have to make some kind of a profit. Here lately, I haven't been. I have been, but it could be better. And I say that because, I don't know, like if somebody orders something for me and I don't know, I just get this little feeling in the heart to send something else with it, I put extra stuff with the order. My husband, Mr. Christine, is like, oh my gosh, Christine, how are you going to make a profit if you keep giving your stuff away? But I can't help it. I can't help it. Like if someone orders, like this lady, she made a bundle and she did Winnie the Pooh. I had this really cute yellow Winnie the Pooh scrubs. It had the oversized pockets in the front, and it was the most adorable scrubs I have ever seen. And it was like yellow and bright and airy and cheery, and it was like just makes you happy looking at it. And then she also ordered, what else did she order? It was something Winnie the Pooh-ish. Oh, she ordered the bee, the little beehive purse that I had that was handmade by an artisan. She ordered that to go with the Winnie the Pooh scrubs. Well, if you guys have been looking at my websites, I did have a Winnie the Pooh winter play winter fun mug. That was Winnie the Pooh. It had Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and they were all making like this little snowman, and it says take time out to play. And I thought it was just adorable mug. I had it on my website for $12. It was a vintage mug. You can't buy it in the stores now. I don't know. I just felt like I should put it in there with her order. Just because it went with the theme and it was so cute. And so I did. Mr. Christine was like, oh my gosh, Christine, stop. I cannot help it. It's just, I don't know. And it's around Christmas time, and I just like that everybody's happy. And when they open up their stuff, they're like, wow, look at this. This is extra and it's so nice. But I have to stop. But I will tell you this one story, and then we'll start cleaning purses. Well, we can clean purses while I'm doing it. While I'm telling the story. Oh, I don't want to. I got this purse. I paid up for it. So I'm going to have to charge a little bit more for this purse. But it is one of the original Harvey seatbelt bags. And it's in Christmas red. Look how cute this is. It's in Christmas red. It's in good shape. The corners have a little wear to it. And I hope I can fix it. But I'm going to scrub it up. You can see the tag right there. It is so... Oh, the wind is blowing and my tag is getting ready to sling away. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, but I will tell you, when here's the hang tag for it. Now they usually the Harvey original seatbelt bags don't have their hang tag. This is the first time I've ever seen the hang tag come with it. Usually they're not with it. This one has it with them. It retailed for over $150 if you bought this new, and it is vintage, but this thing is a hot honkin' mess. This thing is there was a party going on. Look at there. See it? There's a party going on, and this girl, for sure. So, I am going to, look at that. Oh. Hear that? There's a donkey in the woods. I wonder if somebody's donkey got out, because normally they're over there with the cows, but it sounds like it's right back here in the woods. I don't hear any walking around. If y'all see a donkey coming up behind me or Bigfoot, let me know. Give me a wink, a nod, be like a shout. Christine, there's something coming up behind you from in the woods. See, I wanted to do it outside. It's so nice out today. And I thought, what a fun play, how fun would it be just to come outside and spend the day outside instead of inside. But I don't hear any leaves rustling or anything, so they're probably, it's kind of hard to sneak up somebody in the country in the autumn months because the leaves are all crunchy. But yeah. So look at this thing. Oh my gosh. But I had to rescue it. It was gonna, right there. See on there? Can you all see that? Look how terrible it is. This thing had a party going on. For sure. But we're gonna get her looking almost brand new. Maybe not brand spanking new, but pretty close to it. And if it will come out like this, you're gonna wanna, let me scoot this over. We're on my basketball court down at the lower level of my house. I have 2 levels, and the basement we've turned into a living area. It's where I had my my grandma. I know it sounds like when you're in the basement, like it's like dark and dingy, and it's not. We have French doors, and there's oversized windows, and it's so light and airy. So I thought, well, let's go outside on the basketball court. So we're out here in the basketball court cleaning purses. Yesterday we went to the Bingham Giants in what's it called? Bardstown, Bingham Giants in Kentucky. Look it up. It's an artist who does these huge giant sculptures, and they're of giants, and they're made of wood, and they are not treated wood either. What they do is they start to disintegrate throughout time. And what he's done is they've contracted him to do these giants. And there's throughout the country, the United States, there are the Bingham Giants. So you'll have to look it up in your area if you see if there's any that's in your area. But it's a huge attraction that you would go to see. And they're spread out within like a 5 to 7 acre span. Now for those that have trouble walking, you can drive not right up to them, but you can drive closer. But we started at the beginning and worked our way around. But there's lakes, it's beautiful. There's a fire tower you can go up on there. It's all natural. Like you can go in this edible garden where they grow all their edible things, and they have like a little gift shop, and they have a little cafe that they grow their stuff, and they use it in their food. They have so much stuff there. Lots of hiking, but it's not mountainous hiking. It's more flatland, like park hiking. So we went there yesterday and spent the day there since it was so pretty out. And we're in the ending of November, and it's beautiful out. So you don't want to waste your time not doing something outside. So that's what we did. And we took my son and my daughter-in-law and my Mr. Christine went, and we just went and had a great time. And then we went out to eat afterwards. So when you're wanting to clean these purses, you want to turn, if the lining of the purse will turn inside out, you want to turn it completely inside out. That way you can see the mess you're dealing with. Look at that. You see that? Look at there. Look at this side. Hot mess. And that's why you can compare when you're done. This is the zipper part turned inside out. There's the seatbelt thing. But look at that. Look at the corners. My husband was like, "Are you sure you want to get this one?" I paid like over $10 for this seatbelt purse. These are, like I said, these go for over $150 brand new. But I was like, yeah, I want to see if I can rescue her. So what we're going to do is, and then I'll tell you my story. Sorry, you guys, I'm all over the place. Yeah, I've been hearing a few stories of like people not being successful with their triple negative breast cancer and losing their loved ones after they've been diagnosed. They've went through treatment. They were deemed as in remission, and then they went through all the scans and stuff saying everything's fine, and then one day, like a year or so later, cancer came back, and then they didn't survive because they caught it too late, I guess. I don't know. But kind of got me down a little bit. But you got to pray about it and leave it at God's feet. That's all you can do. I'm not afraid to go to heaven. I'm not afraid to pass away. I'm not afraid to move on into heaven. My grandma's there. My little baby girl is there. My aunt is there. God is there. Jesus is there. So I'm not afraid. I'm not ready to go yet. I've got friends and family that are here. Mr. Christine would be heartbroken. My kids would be heartbroken. You guys would be heartbroken. So I'm going to fight. Um, if it happens, I'm going to fight. The thought of doing chemo treatments over again. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And those of you who don't really know me and you're new to this channel, I have another channel. It's called Miss Christine 55555, and that is following my journey through my stage 3 triple negative breast cancer. I take you to all of my appointments. I take you from the moment I found out to right up to today, and I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was the most rigorous, strongest chemo that is available for breast cancer. And about 5 years ago, your survival rate for stage 3 triple negative breast cancer was only 29%. Now, 5 years later, it's over half. So it's 60% people survive for at least 5 years. That doesn't mean they didn't that it didn't come back. It just means that they're still surviving after 5 years. Even if they have to go through another thing of chemo and it was found again, they still have lived for 5 years. And then the other 40% didn't make it. So didn't make the 5 years. I mean, I'm sure they made it, through their chemo treatment and stuff, but they just didn't make it to the 5-year mark due to cancer. So it's over half. So we're hopeful, right? We're hopeful. We gotta stay hopeful. God's not ready for me yet. I'm a lot to handle. As you all who have followed me over on the Miss Christine 55555 channel, you know that I'm a lot to handle. So God ain't ready for me yet. No. All right, so we're going to take our spray. We've got a wet dishcloth. We're going to take our spray and we're going to spray it. And I'm going to push it down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I don't wash it off. I keep it on there. And we're just going to wash. Now this stuff right here looks like it's, I don't want to be, let me scooch it back a little so I don't shake. The table's going to shake, but I don't want you all to shake. So this looks like it is some kind of makeup. I don't know if this is lipstick. You know how they have that stain lipstick? That's what this looks kind of like, that stainy lipstick. I do have a brush that I use, but I didn't bring it down. It's like a scrub brush. Sometimes you can just wipe stuff down and it's fine, but this thing, there is a party going on in here, and sometimes you need to squirt it a lot to get this done. But anyways, so there was another lady and she ordered this designer dress. Was it a designer dress? What did she order? No, she ordered jeans. And they were like the flare jeans. They were periwinkle. They were so cute. Oh my gosh. The cutest jeans ever. I won't pick something up just for the name brand. It has to be cute. If it ain't cute, it ain't going in my store. No. But, so she ordered the periwinkle. I can't remember what the brand was, and it really doesn't even matter what the brand was because these jeans were cute. And but she ordered those, and I don't know, something in my heart just said, I had another pair of jeans that were her size. She was a 29-inch waist, little, and I've had them for a while, and I think I paid $8 for them, and I didn't get them at the bins. No, I paid like full price for them. I didn't get them on Dollar Day or anything like that. I paid full price for them. That's how cute they were. They were Aztec design. And if you're watching, love ya. And but anyways, she ordered those, and something in my heart was just like, Christine, you have got to give her those Aztec pants too. I bet you she would be so cute in those. She ordered the periwinkle ones, and those were cute too, but the Aztec ones, and they were like skinny on the legs, and then they flared out, like the bell flare out. Oh my gosh. Adorbs. Well, and you can still see them. If you go to my Poshmark store, I marked it as not for sale, but I left them up so that, you know, people can see like what kind of style that I'm usually selling. And I just marked it for not for sale. But I don't know, I just had this overwhelming feeling. I could have gotten probably $30, $28, $30 for them. But I had the overwhelming feeling just to say, put them in there. Put them in there with her order. Like, I couldn't shake it. And she had ordered it over the weekend. So I had the weekend to really just mull it over in my mind. So I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And, you know, I've got my little angel over here saying, Christine, oh my gosh, she would love that. Hang on a second. Then I got my little, I got soap in my eye. I got my little devil, my little stingy girl over here on this side saying, girl, don't be giving away your stuff. You keep giving away stuff. You ain't never going to be a good reseller. I am a horrible reseller, you all. I like give you little gifts with your stuff. I can't help it. If I find something cute and I think you should have it, I just give it to you. I don't know. Y'all, I suck at it. I suck at reselling. I see all these other YouTubers, they're like, I got this much for it and I got that much for it. And I'm like, I price things reasonably. I mean, sometimes I pay full price for stuff, so I have to price it a little bit more. But then I'll give you a little gift to like show that I appreciate you shopping at my store. But anyways, so I just kept, I don't know, contemplating on giving. I just had this overwhelming feeling that she should have those Aztec jeans. I mean, they were so cute. Oh my God, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buzzards buzzing around. Are they buzzards? Yeah, they are. They look like younger buzzards. But they're circling my house. All of a sudden, now that I'm talking about this. But anyways, see, squirrel. I lose concentration pretty easily. So finally, Monday comes and I'm like, oh, I've got to ship this. I'm either going to do it or I'm not. And my heart just was like, for some reason, she has to have these pants. It, you know, making a profit is definitely what I should be doing, is making a profit. But I don't know. There's more than just making profit when it comes to, I don't know if God was talking to me or I don't know what it was. But something in my heart was just like, you gotta let her have it. You have to let her have it. So, went downstairs, went through my inventory and got them. It's the only other size 29 inch waist pants that I had. And they were so cute. And they were just the same style, but it was just in the Aztec design. Like the southwestern Aztec design. So, I went in there, I got them, wrapped them up, put a little bow on them, put a little note that said, you know, Merry Christmas. I just had a feeling that I guess somebody wanted you to have these pants. Just Merry Christmas. So I send them and she gets them. And you know, and anybody who I send products to or anything, I ask them to please leave a positive review on my stores, because that helps me. It helps my stores. It helps me, you know, because when future buyers who don't know me, they, you know, most people look at reviews to see if the buyer or the seller is a good seller or not. But I really honestly, I don't think it matters, because if there's a piece of clothes that you like, I don't think it matters if the person's a good seller or not. If you want that piece of clothing, regardless of what brand it is, you're gonna buy it. But it does help your store, and it helps other people in the future who want to purchase from you feel confident that they're, you know, they're gonna get their product and it's gonna be a good product. And I'm human, so every so often I might miss like a little stain or something. Hopefully it comes off for the person, but not often, because obviously, you know, I got chemo and it messed up my eyesight. So she gets it and she messages me, and this was on Poshmark, and you guys can go on Poshmark on my sales and you can see the conversation. And she said that her husband loved those pants even more than the periwinkle ones, and that she thanked me and left me a good review. And she said, and this was so, I don't even know, but she said that 10 years ago she lost her mom to stage 3 triple negative breast cancer. And she felt like that was like an early Christmas gift from her mom. And I was like, ding, ching. That's what it was. Her mom, spirit or whatever. If you guys don't believe that, it's okay. You don't have to. No, but we don't have to fight and argue over if there's spirits, if there's not spirits, if people, whatever it is. Whatever the thing was, okay, whatever it is, we don't have to fight over it. It's just whatever the feeling was. I'm telling you, I felt like this pull, this urge to give her this gift and write Merry Christmas on it. She said she felt like it was from her mom. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have breast cancer. Her mom had breast cancer. Her mom didn't make it. And I'm sure around Christmas time she misses her mom. Who wouldn't? Unless you have a bad mom, you know, like I have. But that's here nor there. And she said it warmed her heart and it just made her so happy. And she thought of her mom. And I thought, oh, that is why she was supposed to have those. And it was worth it. It was worth it. I don't care if I would have made $28 or $30 from it. What I cared about was it made one person's Christmas that much brighter. And I was just like, oh, I cried. I was like, oh my gosh. I showed Mr. Christine and he was like, oh my gosh, that is the sweetest. I was like, I know. So when you get those feelings, you guys, if you get this overwhelming feeling that you should do something or not do something, listen to it. Don't do it or do it. It's both ways. I gotta get a drink. So that was my story, my little success story on selling stuff. It was just the sweetest thing. And she was just and her and I have been conversing back and forth a little bit, but I'm glad. I'm telling you, the feeling was just, if you've never had that feeling, I can't describe to you what it feels like to just do something nice for somebody, just because, not because they ask you to, not because you want anything in return. It's just because you want to. You know, you want to do something nice. Or like me, you have that over sensational feeling to do something nice. Don't fight it, you guys. If you want to do something nice for somebody, listen, that is the best gift. It's better than money, better than chocolate, better than just anything, because you are causing someone else to have a good day and a bright day, or you know, spark a memory from somebody, or just maybe they're having a bad day and maybe they're lonely and don't have anyone to talk to, or you know, and you just even you saying hi to somebody that you don't know, a stranger, and smiling at them, just acknowledging that they're alive, you know, you would be surprised on how many people that you know, that need that. I can tell you now, these stains are not going to come out, but it is clean. It's just they're not going to come out. They're coming out a little, but dang, whatever this was, I know this has to be lipsticks, that stainy lipstick stuff. But it's definitely looks better than what it did. So hopefully when it dries, it won't. Right now it looks pretty like prominent as a stain, but you guys are a witness. Whoever buys it's going to get themselves a clean purse. It may have some stains in it, by golly, but it is clean. There is no doubt about that. Yeah, this part's not going to come off. For sure. I'm going to just spray it right on it. Usually I don't. This needs to get some scrubbings. Y'all hear that? Not the crow. Not that. It's like a crying. It's out in the distance, so sometimes I try to make sure that there's not injured animals somewhere, because we have hunters that are around here, and they set these horrible traps for these poor animals, and it grabs their legs and stuff. And if I see one, I will disable it. I don't give a dang if they don't like it. And if you have a family who is a hunters and stuff, you know, we'll just have to agree to disagree. I don't like it. I do not get down with hurting animals or anybody, really. Maybe I'm just an old hippie, but I don't know. So anyways, we'll continue to talk about my sales stuff. Then, so that was a good story. Made a friend out of it. She got to think about her mom, and hopefully, you know, they'll do something in her memory or her honor. And it just made somebody's day, and I think that is amazing. And then you have buyers. I'm gonna put my cap right there. You have buyers who will, now on all of my, mostly all, if you find some of my older stuff that's been on there for a little bit, I've only been a reseller for a couple months, but if you find some of my older things that I put on there, I didn't put measurements in them, but like my newer stuff, I always measure it. Shirts, pants, doesn't matter what, purses, I put the measurements in the description, just so that you know what you're buying. You can make sure that it fits you, or it's the size that you want. Let me get this on here and see if I can't get it to come out. Let me do this side too. Ooh, this side definitely. Let it sit there for a minute. But I always put sizes on there. I feel like it's helpful. You know what you're getting, and you know what your size is. I mean, if you are a large, you're not going to go on a website and order a medium. You're just not. If you do, then chances are it won't fit. I mean, I'm just saying. If you're large and you want to wear something not form fitting, but if you don't want something that's going to fit and you want something more that's going to be oversized, go a size up. You know, you got to think about that stuff. You know, you may not wear an extra large, you may wear a large, but you want it to be baggy. Well, then you're going to want to order something extra large. You're not going to want to order a large because it's going to like fit you. But you're also going to want to check in the description, and a lot of buyers don't check the descriptions or the measurements, and they just order, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this, and a few of my resale friends are like, that was a scam. I would hate to think that it is a scam, but I know that there are people out there that are like that. They just want something for nothing and don't realize that, you know, the resale job is not easy. It is hard. I mean, like, I go from daylight to dark, like listing stuff, putting stuff on the thing, taking photos, and then you have to go and source and get the stuff from wherever you source from. I mean, it is a lot of work. I mean, it's almost better to just go somewhere and work and get your paycheck and clock out, and that's it until the next day. But I mean, if you're trying to do something for yourself and trying to start a business, then you got to put some elbow grease into it, right? Well, I got this, and I think you guys, I probably had it on a video somewhere. I got it for, I think I got it from the Goodwill, and I paid full price for it. I didn't pay, it wasn't from the bins or anything like that. It was actually, I paid like not a dollar, over $6 for sure. But it was a Duluth button up, but it was vintage, and it was so cute. And it was I think it was an extra large, and I was going to keep it. And then I thought, no, just sell it. You got it to resell. I mean, if you keep everything, you're never going to make anything. So don't keep it, just resell it. Somebody is going to love this shirt. So I put it up for sale on eBay. And I pictured it, I measured it, put the measurements in the description, put that it's vintage. And anything that's vintage, you guys should know that it is not going, like, sizes change. So you're going to want to check your measurements. So somebody orders it, and I think they paid, I want to say they paid $25 or $28 for it, or maybe $32, somewhere around that price thing. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody bought it. Oh yay, somebody's gonna love this shirt. It was like a hunter, like an army green, but it had like leaves on it, like fall colored leaves. It had the fall colored leaves, the pattern, that's what the pattern was. And then it had mushrooms all over it, and like all different kinds of mushrooms. And I thought, oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. I mean, it would have been a cool hiking shirt, actually. And that's, what I was looking at. I was like, oh my gosh, I should keep it and it'll just be a hiking shirt for me. But then, like I said, my little heart was like, no, let somebody else. I mean, it was, listen, you wouldn't find another one like it. It was so cool. And I tried to look up comps on it and to try to find something that was like it. Couldn't find anything like it. So I knew that it was, a one-of-a-kind vintage item. And so I put it up and somebody bought it. And I sent it, I wrapped it. Anything over $20, I will send you a free little thank you gift. With your order, as long as I have it in stock, I will send you a little thank you gift with your order that's over $20. So I sent her a little thank you gift, and I, told her, and I always do a handwritten note saying, what inspired me to do my stores, and so people know that, why I don't know if anybody else does that, but I put why I was inspired to do my store, start my stores. And sent it. Well, wouldn't you know, this person ordered it, said, now it's machine washable. It was machine washable. So she writes me and says, I got my shirt. It's beautiful. Thanks for the handwritten note. Thanks for the gift. But I would like a refund because it doesn't fit me like my other Duluth shirts do. I can't wear it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Because where she lived, shipping I think was like $7. And I had already paid a lot for it already to buy it, to be able to, resell it for a small, teeny weeny small, like, I think my profit was like $10. And I'm like, so I email her back and I say, I put the measurements in the description and also listed it as vintage because, anybody who knows vintage things knows that it is not going to fit like brand new going to Duluth or wherever to get your stuff. So the description, the description was in there, the measurements were on it, and she was like, well, it doesn't fit me, what am I supposed to do now? So I Googled to see what eBay does and what Poshmark does. If you've put your measurements on there, you've done everything you could, and she tried to say, she didn't make a claim yet. She emailed me and she goes, well, it looks like somebody overwashed the shirt and it shrunk. It pre-shrunk. And I'm like, first off, it's vintage. Second off, I left measurements on what what sizes were. And it's machine washable. I can't. So I looked up and seen, what is the next step. And what they do is they ask the buyer to open up a case. Oh, I got a itch on my nose. Oh. And I didn't want to have to go through a case and for, $32 or whatever it was. I can't even remember what it was, the price, because I was so mad. I'm like, I could have kept this thing and used it as my hiking shirt, but no, I wanted somebody else to enjoy this shirt. And she's like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And I'm just thinking, why is it my problem? I put the measurements. I can't come to everybody's house and measure them and be like, okay, this fits. I mean, I don't know what you do now. So like I said, I Googled it, and it said, like, Google, like, people that are resellers said that usually Poshmark and eBay will side with the buyer, and that in the end the seller will have to give them the refund anyway. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and fight over $32. Let's just say it was $32, because I really can't remember what she paid. Well, let's just say $32. So I'm like, I'm not going to fight over $32. And so I just refunded her. Well, I guess she didn't realize that I had refunded her. And I don't know if she opened up a case on me or not, but probably like a week later, she was like, I didn't realize that you refunded me. Like I don't know if she opened up a case and then the eBay said, well, you've been refunded, like there's nothing else more they can do. So I guess that's when she found out that I'd refunded her that same day. I mean, like, after I Googled it, it's like the seller is at the mercy and hope that the buyer is a good person and they're not trying to get something for free. So then she texts me, or not texts me, but messages me and says, oh, I didn't realize that you refunded me, basically saying, like, I opened up a case and they said that you refunded me. And, well, what do you want me to do with the shirt? Do you want me to mail it back to you? And I was like, I felt like saying, yeah, I do. But then I realized, I Googled it, and eBay does not pay for anything to get mailed back. The buyer pays. So it would have been another $7 to get this shirt back. And I was just like, you know what, just keep it. I hope that you can find someone to enjoy it or donate it. I mean, I'm not going to pay $7 to get it back to try to resell it. Then I would have to resell it for more. I'm not going to do that. I didn't want to have, it just really angered me that, you put the measurements on, you take the time to put the measurements on there, and then, they act like it's your fault that it doesn't fit. I can't help that. I cannot help it. That is why there's measurements on the listing. And if you want something that's going to be baggier, you look at the measurements. If it's not your size, then you can't buy that item. It's not going to fit you, or fit you the way you want it to fit. But it's definitely not the seller's fault. And my husband was like, no, you shouldn't refund her. You should. I didn't want to fight over it, I didn't want to fight over a shirt. I got other better things to do. I got other things to list. And I didn't fight over it just because. And I just told her, you know what, just keep it. Here's your refund. Here's your money back. And you got a free shirt. Just keep it. Don't do that to the sellers, you guys. And I don't think any of my friends or any of my supporters would ever do anything like that. Just because, these resellers work hard to, get their inventory. And they're trying to live too. They have families too. But I don't know. But oh my gosh, you guys, so much better. There's still little stains in there, but not much. Look at that now. Can y'all see it? Look how clean that is now. See it? Clean as a whistle. I did not see this part, but I'll show you. See, look how clean it is now. Now there is some stains on it still, but not a lot. And if it's inside your purse, nobody's going to see it anyway but you. But so yeah, so those are a couple of my stories some experience that I've ran into while reselling. You know, and in my policy, I do have a no return policy, but it says in the, when I Googled it, because I put no return policy, because now if it had like a tear in it, or you know, something like that, a button missing, and I didn't list that there's a button missing or whatever, then I would be like, okay, I would feel justified. Like I sent this pair of shorts to somebody, and I did not realize that it had a stain on it. I could have been busy talking, who knows. And she let me know that there was a stain on it, and that she was hoping to get it out, but she, you know, that she was, you know, and it was new with tags. Maybe that's why, is because it was new with tags, and maybe I just didn't like look for it. It wasn't in like a conspicuous place that a stain would be, and I didn't look it over good enough. And so the girl was like, well, what am I supposed to do? It has stain on it. And I was just like, I just gave her money back, and I just said, you know, I apologize. I thought it was new with tag, and it wouldn't have any stain on it or anything, and I did not see it. So that was my fault, and I had no problem refunding it. And in fact, I told her she could pick anything else out in my store, and I would send it to her for free. But of course she didn't. She was just happy with the refund, and she said that she'll try to get the stain out of the shorts. And I don't know if she ever did get the stain out of the shorts or not. I hope she did. But I did refund her that because I did not see the stain. My husband's like, oh, well, what if they put the stain on there? What if they put something on there just so they can get their money back? Well, I mean, I can't help that, you know. I'm just gonna have to take people's word for it. There are a lot of honest people, and there are a lot of not honest people that want something for nothing. But I honestly felt like she was telling me the truth, and I felt bad that I had not seen that stain. So I went ahead and refunded her money. It was like, I think it was like $17 or something like that. And she got to keep the shorts, because of course I'm not going to pay $7 for them to send me back the shorts. Then I'd have to, you know, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I mean, if somebody's really wanting to rip somebody off with being dishonest, then I guess, I mean, you really easily could. I would hope people would not do that, but it has been done. So, but the one with the Duluth shirt, I mean, that irritated me just because I put the measurements on there, and I know that I did not shrink that shirt, because sometimes I wash things and sometimes I steam them, just because it's faster to steam. I can take the pictures and boom. And when you steam them, you're steaming like super, like hot. It is hot. It is hot. And it sterilizes everything. And if there's no stain or anything on it, I'll just steam it. Making sure that this inside of this thing here is clean, which it is. But I don't know. Sometimes I think it's worth it, and sometimes I don't. I enjoy doing this because I don't have the energy right now still taking the treatments. I'm still doing treatments. It makes me super tired. I mean, I know I don't show that a lot on here, but it takes a lot of energy out of me, and I'm, you know, I struggle sometimes doing the immune therapy because it is, it's very rigorous also, and that's why they spread it out so that it's not like every week, because it does drain you, and they're hoping that your immune system bounces back from all the hard chemo that you have just went through, months and months, like almost over a half a year of chemo. And then I did 7 weeks of radiation every day, chemo every single week, and then radiation every single day. So they give you time to recuperate from that and hope that your body bounces back. And it does make you really super tired because you're still pumping in chemicals into your body. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. I mean, there are just a little bit of stains in there, but not horrible. I don't know if you all can see that. Can you see it? There. And then here's the zipper part. There's very, very, very light stains. And then I did the top. Remember how dirty the top was? Now look at it. Look how clean it is now. Very clean. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub the face of it, and then that'll be it. It's kind of, this purse is kind of like a wine color, which I think is perfect for Christmas, and it's very heavy duty. So, and they're made out of actual seat belts. That's why the Harvey seat belts are very popular, and they cost a lot too. But you know, they are repurposing seat belts and making these beautiful purses from them. And that's one of the reasons why I like these. And they're very unique. Very good conversation piece, because, you know, people come and be like, is your purse a seatbelt? If they're not, you know, purse savvy, you're like, yes. It's just neat to have a purse that's made out of seatbelts. And these things will last you forever. And now this seatbelt, this purse is definitely a vintage purse. You can tell because, and whoever had it, yes, it had a party going on, but it still has its original tag, which is unheard of. If you look at anybody else's Harvey seatbelts, you're not going to see the original seatbelt tag or the purse tag. It's just amazing that it's there. Scrub the handles. The handles got kind of dirty. Whoever had it, boy, they just slapped these handles anywhere. But like I said, once I get done scrubbing this purse, it is going to look almost brand new. Now it still has some stains on the bottom, so it's not new for sure, but it's going to be close to it. I mean, if you want to buy a brand new Harvey seatbelt purse, you go ahead, but it's expensive. I would not want to do it, especially if you can buy one that you know is cleaned and you can get it for a quarter of the price and vintage. Nobody else is going to have this purse, especially if they do, it's not in this condition. So there is this side. Now I'm going to flip it and do this side of it. Take this little thing off here. Did y'all watch the Mike Tyson fight against the YouTuber? What's his name? Is it? I forget the YouTuber's name. I can get that off. What was his name? is it John Jacob, or I don't know, I can't remember his name. But man, Mike Tyson is getting old, by golly. Now that young guy, the young YouTuber, did not go full ham on him, on Mike Tyson at all. They just kind of danced around the ring, and I don't know, it felt like it was a fixed fight. I would hate to think that they would do that, but it sure felt like it was a fixed fight, because Mike Tyson his legs were all wobbly, and he was biting his gloves. Like, first it started off him biting just one glove, and I was like, I told Mr. Christine, I'm like, is he biting his glove? And Mr. Christine was like, no, he's probably got maybe something that somebody's talking to him. I'm like, on his gloves? Then, as another round went, he started biting on both his gloves, in his hand, in his mouth. I was like, oh my gosh. Is that to keep... At first I thought, well, maybe he's doing that so that he doesn't bite this John Paul, or... Is it John Paul? Sean Paul? I don't know. He's a YouTuber. And that challenged Mike Tyson to this fight. And I'm like, he's got both his gloves in his mouth. How is he going to throw punches when his gloves are in his mouth? I've never... Listen, I have been a Mike Tyson fan for a while. I've never seen him put his gloves in his mouth like that. That was weird. It was... I don't know about you all, but I was just like, what in the world? That is just the strangest... I don't know. Strangest thing. I know Mike Tyson's, got a couple screws loose, but man, that was brutal to watch. All right, so now I'm going to do the body of it and get it all cleaned up as much as I can. But it was brutal to watch. I was just thinking, oh, my goodness, this guy is... Mike Tyson's not going to make it, y'all. That's what I thought. I was just like, he is just not going to make it, because he has got his damn whole entire gloves in his mouth. How's he going to throw punches with gloves in his mouth? I don't know. So, of course, he didn't win. Mike Tyson didn't win, but why would he agree to a fight? And plus, he's 50, almost 60 years old, fighting this 26-year-old or 30-year-old. I don't know. I don't even know how old this guy was, the YouTuber guy. But I'm just thinking to myself, my gosh, he should not have done that, because that destroyed all, I don't know, like Mike Tyson's legacy, I think. I don't know. Shoot, when Mike Tyson was a young man, that guy would have not had enough balls to step in the ring with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was a beast. But by golly, he's definitely not a beast now. That was crazy town. I thought, this is not the normal. And I was wondering, I kept wondering, we all were wondering, why isn't this on pay-per-view? I don't understand why this isn't pay-per-view. Well, once the fight started, and we seen Mike Tyson, he came out strong. He came out pretty strong. First 2 rounds, I was like, oh, he's going to catch him. He's going to catch him. If he catches him, that John Paul or Sean Paul or whatever his name is going to wish he never challenged Mike Tyson. Well, y'all, that never did come to fruition, because Mike Tyson, like, the whole month, they were hyping up Mike Tyson. They were like, it was hyped up where you know, he's like lifting weights with his neck, and he was like really just working out, and you're like, you know, you're thinking, ooh, this kid is not even gonna know what hit him. You know, he's lifting weights and he's doing the speed bag, and you know, he's looking ripped, and you know, you're like, damn, this kid is gonna get skunked from Mike Tyson. All Tyson gotta do is get him with that one punch. Man. Then the fight started, and he came out of the corner, and Mike Tyson came out of that corner, and he looked okay. I mean, he didn't look terrible. He wasn't like moving around like he used to, you know, fast and dropping his legs around and stuff, but his stance wasn't even, I was just like, his stance is like an old man stance. It wasn't even like a fighter stance. It was sad. It was sad to watch. I'm 50. I'm 50 years old. And listen, I'm not a boxer. But I would never, I can't remember which side I did. I would never, well, shit. What side did I do, you all? Did I do this side? I can't tell. Think that I could do the same stuff that I used to do when I was in my 20s. No way. No way would I ever think that. Or even in my 30s or my 40s. I'm 50 years old. I know I can't do that crap anymore. I gotta, you know, slow her down a little bit. And I'm okay with that. It's okay to be getting old. But you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them and know when to walk away. Man. I don't know, y'all. Mike Tyson wasn't looking too good on that fight. But it kind of takes away from his legacy a little bit, the way he kind of was. You know? I don't know. What do you all think? You think it took away from his legacy? He shouldn't have agreed to do that. A lot of people said that it was a money grab. And that's why it wasn't on pay-per-view. Like, you didn't have to pay for it because they knew that Mike Tyson was not in the shape enough to challenge a younger guy. I don't know. You got me, y'all. I have no idea, but I'm just thinking, ooh, people were betting. They were doing bets on if the young YouTuber guy was going to win, or if Mike Tyson was going to catch him with his knockout punch. And then when it started, dang, Netflix was, they probably were like embarrassed, Netflix, and that's why they kept having it circle. My husband seems to think there was everybody tuning in to watch it. I went over to Laura Perplexed. She was streaming it, and then hers went out. And then I went over to some other, another creators, and they had it on until ours was doing fine until the Tyson fight came on, and then it was like, it started like searching for, I got soap in my eye. It started searching. So I personally think that Netflix was like, oh crap, because you know they're going to get a lot of slack for that. And you know, Mike Tyson's not going to get any slack for it because it's Mike Tyson and he tried, you know. But they're going to be like, kind of blame Netflix because that was like a money grab, is what people are saying. I mean, it could have been. I don't know. So, I don't know if y'all watched it or not, but man, that was... And did you see the preliminary fights? My gosh, the girls were like hammering it. Them girls stood up and was like street fighting. That one girl had her eye split open and said that the other girl was headbutting. Now, me personally, I don't think the girl was headbutting. I think they like locked up. And the tall girl was pulling the smaller girl in and like ran into her head. I mean, you got to defend yourself. You can't just stand there. So I honestly don't think that the girl that won was headbutting. Like, I don't think it was purposely done, but their side seems to think that she did it on purpose and that she does it on every fight and yada yada yada. I'm just thinking, look, just accept that you lost. Be a good sport about losing. Everybody isn't always a winner. I mean, I don't know. But the girl fights were way better than any of the boy fights. I don't know if you all watched it or not, but the girl fights were kicking it. The girl fights were actually worth watching more than the guy fights. Because the girl fights were like, they weren't playing around. You pissed one of them off and then they would go for the other one. And like I said, the other one ended up with a split eye, man. She probably had at least, by looking at that gash, she had to have at least had, I don't know, 6 or 7 stitches. A lot of stitches, I would think. I don't know. I would think a lot of stitches, because that thing was, I'm telling you, that thing was probably, I would say, I don't know, it was probably about 5 inches long or 4 inches long gash in her eye over like right here. I mean, that sucker was split open. I'd have been crying like a big old baby if somebody split my eye open like that. Oh my gosh. But this girl's, no, she was like, it ticked her off. The more blood ran in her face, the more mad she got. And she was not going to tap out. She was not going to let it, you know, she was not going to let the other girl win. She didn't care. Blood was running in her eye, and I was like, oh, it was so hard to watch it. Could you imagine their parents, their moms? Their moms were probably in the stand like, oh my gosh. And just covering their eyes. I know when my son, he did MMA, he actually fought, my son, he fought Tyler Fortune. If y'all don't know who Tyler Fortune is, look him up. He's actually doing really good right now. So Cody was his very first, my son was his very first professional MMA match. And my son was not ready for it. He had to lose like 30 or 40 pounds in a month. Like the guy that agreed to fight him, something happened. He couldn't pass the medical exam or something. You have to get blood tests and brain scans and eye tests, and you got to be fit as a fiddle to do these fights. And so my son decided to step in at the last minute and fight Tyler Fortune. So y'all look up Tyler Fortune, his first fight. And like I said, my son was his very first fight. My son is, or was, a pro MMA fighter, if none of you knew. He only was doing fights, let's see, amateur fighting for, I want to say 3 years, and then he became pro. And he was signed by, I forget who signed him in. It was a big, who was it? Bellator? It was Bellator. Bellator signed him. So he was signed with Bellator to fight this fight. Oh my gosh. As a mom, and it was on pay-per-view. They weren't the main event, but there were thousands, and I do mean thousands upon thousands. The arena was full. Pay-per-view, it was on pay-per-view. My husband, Mr. Christine, cornered him with his coaches. His coaches let him. Mr. Christine got to meet Big John. Big John was Cody's referee, was Tyler Fortune and my son's referee, Big John, and I think he's retired now, but MMA. And I was up in the stands by myself watching my son get pummeled by Tyler Fortune. Now, he was older than my son. My son was, you know, not as old as he was. But, man, was that a hard fight to watch. That was the hardest fight. My son was a good MMA fighter. He didn't lose often. But when he did, he wouldn't tap out or anything like that. The ref would have to call it. He definitely is a fighter, but that fight in particular, oh my gosh, that was so hard to watch, you all. Hard. All right. Look at this girl. Look at that. Does she not look new? Look at that. Now there is some stain still, and there's a little corner wear still. And she's still wet, but when she dries, she's going to be beautiful, beautiful. I washed the tag, and there's a little bit of fraying coming up right there, but this is an older purse, so. And there's a little bit of fraying right there. Can you see it? Right there. But I will definitely fix that. But look at that, you guys. What do you think? Looks pretty good, don't it? And that's why you don't wash it off too, is because it continues to work. Look at look, all that crap that was in the corners and creases gone. Look at that. The stain, most of the stains are gone. There's a little bit of staining in this pocket, but you know that it's clean. This thing is ready to be on the website, or if you all, someone in the viewing audience would like to purchase her for me and help support my channel, I will sell her for $38. $38 for this beautiful Christmas red, cranberry Christmas red, original seatbelt purse. $38. And when you email me, make sure you said that I said $38 plus $12 shipping. So $38 plus $12 shipping. And that will get you this gorgeous purse, conversation piece. Look how pretty that is. Yes, and it has its hang tag. All right, y'all. I have cleaned one purse and ran my mouth for an hour and 18 minutes. And cleaned one purse. And it's starting to get dark out. So, I am going to have to end this video, and I will clean more purses next time with you all. It was so nice chatting with you. Leave your comments below. I may not get to the comments right away, but I will always read them. It may be a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now. The best way, if you want to talk to me or get a hold of me, is to email me at kentuckytrinketsandtreasures@gmail.com. I will leave all my links in the description below. I might even, after this uploads, also put it in the comments and pin it to the top. But $38 plus $12 shipping will get you this beautiful, clean, original Harvey seatbelt cranberry Christmas red purse. $38. And remember, say it, tell me in my email letter, on the email, that I said $38 plus the $12 shipping. Okay, because I put them in a box. I don't smash them in one of those envelopes unless it's a purse that, you know, doesn't mind being flat. I usually put little balloons in here to keep the figure, keep the shape of your purse, so when you get it, it's not flat or disfigured. But this is a nice clean purse, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty this is. I love the different colors. It's like the checkered colors. All right, you guys. Love you all so much. Thank you for all the love, all the support, all the encouragement, and all the prayers. I will see you all on the next video. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for going over and buying stuff from my eBay and my Poshmark store. I appreciate it. Love you all so much. And remember, if you want on the naughty list, let me know. I'm already there and I can help you get there. All right. Love you all so much. Love you. Bye.